He was supposed to be here. He got distracted by cleaning and work and hadn't left yet. Yeah, he'll be here tomorrow. Well, you're in the Hall of Fame, so what? Yeah, I know. How did you get into it? It does. You were playing it as a kid? Yeah. When did you start playing with the Devlin?
I read that so-and-so won the weekly battle published product.
Did you initially like it or not like it?
Once I learned how to use it, I liked it. So I'll tell you something, I'll continue the story. So, first match, Tony couldn't get two checkers in the right place. Second match was they know the name of myself.
I've heard of it.
He was original from Providence. Back then, backhand for blood was popular.
Bruce Decker?
Yeah. So he opens with a 6'4", puts two checkers down. And I think to myself, I don't like that. So I doubled it. I missed the shot. I couldn't hit anything.
Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have you replay the place.
Yes.
So 2 rolls later, I'm behind the four, my got to shoot, but I realized I shouldn't have done it.
So that opening move for me?
6-5.
4-4.
Thank you.
Yes.
No. Well then, your camera is in the way, I didn't see it.
Okay.
Yeah. The gamma chances are very high. How would you like to innovate?
Well, two people on the side, so all is two.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, please silence your phones, guys.
That's my phone.
Okay.
And it needs to be out for sure.
Oh, yeah. I had all kinds of opportunities to mess that up. Nope. Nope.
Scorecard, I guess. Not scorecard,
I don't know if Dimitri give it.
He is giving it back.
Is it really?
He's giving it back. Yeah, one, two, right. 1, 2. Did that a little bit out of order.
right color. If we'll go double sixes or a seven anytime soon, or a seven, hits we have a five. Especially if they got double six.
That'd be nice to me. Let me have it.
That's a fun game.
I wouldn't pay him for this. And you can double six. I think he's been kicking us.
I think what it is like,
I will take that left.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, 2 5, 2 5. Yeah. Rolled over to you. On your side.
This is where my comeback starts.
Jesus H.
Lose your roll.
There's your rolls.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello. That's me. Does that mean I'm in here an echo? Oh, I'm on here twice. That's great. Let me leave one of these. Okay. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. It looks like I'm here. Hi, welcome. Welcome, welcome. You are watching Backgammon. I'm also watching Backgammon, and apparently I'm on the stream now. Maybe I'm not on the stream. I'm not on the stream. Am I on the stream? We'll find out shortly. I'm gonna be on the stream. Don't know if I'm on the stream. I don't see me on the stream.
I think so too. If it turned against you, I'm a close second.
Well, just in case you can hear me, I'm not sure if I'm on the stream or not, but just in case you can hear me, here we go. Welcome. You're watching the 2026 Michigan Summer Championship. This is the Players' Cup BMAB Round 1. We're watching, as you can tell, Rudy Langenbach and Dan Minardi. They have already started their match. This is a match to 9 points, and it is 3-0. About to not be 3-0. Apparently, the cube is at 2. Rudy is looking to get the gammon here, and if Dan can't roll a 2, which he didn't, then it is most likely a gammon. I don't want to jinx anything. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. Sorry we're late with the commentary, but better late than never, as they say. Again, this is it says Michigan, but it's not in fact Michigan. It is Wisconsin. We are at the Wisconsin State Championship. Jack Edelson is the tournament director, and Stuart Connolly and Dmitry Obakov are your masters of ceremony, bringing you the streaming action, putting out some fires, and making it all happen. And it is happening now for you, and thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. As always, push the little thumbs up button. You got to sign it to do it. I know it's a bit of a pain, but it works, and then we love you for it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. And now it's 4-3. It was 3-0. Thank you for joining us. And all of a sudden it's 4-3, match to 9. We will have, I believe, 3 matches for you this evening for the BMAB. For those of you who don't know what the BMAB is, it is the body of peoples that awards titles and recognition and is the official organization that ranks players based on ability and performance. Dan Minardi, I believe, is an A1. Rudy is not listed on the BMAB, but if you play enough BMAB matches, then you get a ranking. And that's what these players are trying to achieve right now. It is based on PR and performance. And additionally, the Players' Cup, which this is a part of, it's like a little mini tournament. Everybody plays 5 rounds. And at the end, if someone is 5-0, they win the coveted Iron Star. If there's a tie, I believe, I could be wrong, then they get a portion of the star, like half a star. You get a half of an Iron Star. maybe like an aluminum star. Anyway, here we go. It's 4-3, 5 away, 6 away. And Dan was running away from it, but now it is a nice, even match. 6-5, he's going to run away. Run is ahead in the race, and he wants to race. All right. Rudy with the 6-4. Not much he can do there. He's just going to bring down some builders, strengthen his board, and hope to get a hit at this point. Actually, the race is kind of even. Rudy might even be up in the race a little bit. 3-2 makes the 5 point. But of course, Dan is loving his full freedom that he has right now, which is why he's pausing to think about the cube. I don't think he has the racing advantage that he wants for the cube. Appears he's down roughly about 10 pips-ish, maybe 12, something like that. I didn't do an exact count. And in a holding game like this, you definitely need a racing lead to send the cube. The cube is primarily about the race in positions like this. 5-4. Rudy's probably considering bringing him down from his mid, but he doesn't have to do that yet, so there's really no reason. He can continue to make his board perfectly well. 6-1, not really what Dan wanted, but that's okay. Both players just kind of waiting for the big doubles at this point. Holding games like this, a lot of people kind of hem and haw, because really the first person to throw big doubles is going to have a pretty solid cube, and that might end it. Or, of course, if a hit comes up, then that will change it as well. All right, Rudy is from the Dallas area. For those of you who don't know, he just reached the 3rd round in Monte Carlo, is my understanding, and he took first place not too long ago at the Ace Point DMP tournament in Texas. And Dan Minardi is on the USBGF Board of Directors, and he is based in Denver, Colorado, and is absolutely huge in making things happen there. So we know people in Denver and Dallas are packed into the bars. They've got their little foam hands. They are screaming and shouting, rooting for their favorite player here in round 1 of the BMAB. Again, this is not Michigan. This is Wisconsin, unless I am very confused, which is possible. Or 2. For the big doubles, Rudy would love double 5s, double 4s here. 3-1 is not that, but still nice and strong. Both players pretty even right now. Let me see the chat. I'm going to start looking at the chat. So if you have something to chat about. Oh, and I see we do have chatters now. I'm on Wisconsin. Hi, Scotty. Hey, Melissa, Scotty, Melissa Shin. Hello. Hello to both of you. Very cool, fun people in the chat with us today. Neck and neck, tight spot, double 2s will help a lot, at least bring 2 down. He's probably going to decide if he wants to bring them to the 9 like this, or maybe even all down, but he's behind in the race. I think Dan is behind. Very close. And that's why I didn't want to bring all 4 down and keep some blocked in. Looks like he wants to save a 6 by not bringing in the checker from the 8. 2-1 is an absolutely crappy roll for Dan. He can't bring in any of the checkers in the outfield, so he's going to have to crack his board a little bit or just get rid of the checker on the 6. It really isn't what he wanted. And the problem is if he gets a little too crazy and leaves a lot of blots in his home board, it allows Rudy a good opportunity to run and leave a shot. So playing that safe move might be the thing. This, of course, would make it exciting. But that's a safe play. Again, he couldn't, he probably would have loved to do something like 3-1, 2-1, but you can't leave blots in your board. Six, 5, getting down to the nitty gritty. Dan has much better timing here. And that's more like it. He can just slot the 6. And now he's kind of waiting for Rudy to crack the 18 point. Rudy has one more 6 out there. See if he leaves it there or just gets rid of his 5 point. He's going to get rid of the 5 point, hang on to the 6. He really doesn't want to leave a shot. Even just the threat of a shot might lead to a cube. And certainly getting hit would be game over. And now, this cube pause brought to you by a cracked homeboard. Have you cracked your homeboard? You might expect a cube in your future. We will see. See, perfect type of game for BMA format. Hey, Joshua, what's up? Scotty Callan, how are you? Are you still in the middle of the ocean? Double 4s is big. He's just going to jump in. And let's see, I think that put him solidly ahead in the race. Let me try and count really quickly. 71 for white before the roll. So that would be 65 for white. $71, if I counted that correctly. So Dan is down 6 pips. Again, if I counted correctly, I count very fast and very inaccurately. If he is down 6, he probably won't double. Rudy does have a lot of wastage on his ace point and deuce point, but that also could be looked at as a speed board. And once he gets around and in, he'll bear him off quickly. Dan, of course, does have the threat of hitting on the ace right now, which is why a double could be a little more threatening. All right. That is not the view of the board I want. There we go. Now I can see everything. Definitely taking some time thinking about this double. This is a tough call. He's 6 away, so doubling, he would love to get to 4 away, winning 2 points here. Getting to 5 away probably isn't on Dan's top priority list. He's already, as you can tell, used a lot of time off his clock. He's down to 6 minutes compared to Rudy's 12, and it looks like he's going to throw the dice. He's glad he did. Doesn't get the hit, but that definitely puts him in the racing lead by 5 pips, I think. Oh, double 4s is big, and now he is down by 11. So, I don't know, both players kind of itching to give the cube. It's really going to come down to whoever gets a bigger roll first. He is in, and now maybe we'll have another pause to think about it. Maybe not. No pause. Double 3s is huge unless Rudy can follow with a big number, which he does not. Might see a double. There it is. Playing on the beautiful, and scoops it up, the beautiful Joker backgammon board. The lovely purple inlay and pink and white checkers. Takes the double, and this really is extremely close. This could be anyone's game. 3 is painful for Dan. He really wanted to pull off 2 checkers there. And it is absolutely up to the dice gods. 6-4. Could go either way. Rudy is just itching to give the cue back. 2-3, 1-2, 3-4. Not quite there. Don't think. Now he is. Wow. Double fours. Huge. Dan needs doubles right now, or this game is over. He does not get it, and it's going to be a redouble pass, and it's going to be 6-3. Moving on. 3 away, 6 away. Dan had a chance there. He could taste it, and just backgammon happened. That's what happens. It's backgammon. Think you're winning? You are wrong. You were right, but now you're wrong. But you'll probably be right again in the very near future. All right, thanks to our sponsors, backgammon.com, Joker Backgammon Boards, the USBGF. Thank you, Stuart Connolly. Thank you, Dmitry Ovakov, making it happen. It looks like it's break time, so we get to catch up. We missed the first hour. We're very sorry about that, but hopefully you did not miss the first hour and enjoyed some quiet backgammon. We have stream 1 going on as well. It was Neil Kazaros and Maggie, I can't remember Maggie's name. I'm very sorry. I also can't check because I'm computer illiterate. So on stream 1, there's also that going on. I'm going to try and find out who's doing that. Let's see. Who's on stream 1? Who's on stream 1? First, I have to watch a commercial. Please enjoy this commercial-free streaming of backgammon. It, would be nice to have sponsors, but at the same time, that means commercial-free, uninterrupted for you. It's like you paid a lot of money for the premium subscription. On stream 1, we have, Neil Kazaros and Maggie Sweeney. So if you are a fan of Neil Kazaros, or just like his numbers, he developed Neil's numbers, or want to watch Maggie Sweeney play, it is on stream 1. However, the problem is that I'm not doing commentary there. And so you don't really want to be there. In fact, it sounds like no one's doing commentary there. So hang out here and listen to wonderful commentary. It is so fun and delightful. Let's get back to the chat. Moment. We are on break. Hopefully you get to take a break. Take a break. You've earned it. You have earned a break. Oh, there's my voice. I don't want to hear my voice. All right. Back to the chat. Hello. Thank you again. Thanks for being here. I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope you've had a wonderful week, and I hope you all enjoyed the excitement in Monte Carlo. Petco just running away with it. He was due, fan favorite. It's finally the 3rd time reaching the finals. If you haven't seen that, if you didn't know he won and you were planning on watching it, oops, I just screwed it up for you. But that's all right, because it was exciting. We had a lot of great matches, actually, that came down. A couple matches came down to the final roll. There was one with 3-time world champion Jorgen Grandstadt. He was coming back, and both players low in time. Final roll, boom, doubles all over. It was very exciting. Lots of exciting matches. Please go back and watch some of them. That's excellent commentary. Justin Knowles doing a lot of commentary. We had Joe Urso. Simon Burgett was doing great commentary as well. And there's a lot of lessons to be learned just watching. That's actually one of my favorite ways to learn. What are your favorite ways to learn? Who likes reading, watching videos, taking lessons? For me personally, if you watch tournaments and pause it after each roll and think about it takes forever, but think about what you would do and then unpause it. You get to see what the pros do. You get to hear what the commentators talk about. And then hopefully you get to see some XG feed as well. It's a great way to learn, and I highly recommend it. Talk to me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. 27 are currently here. I need to turn off closed captioning. All right. Oh, the players are back. Here we go. 3 away, 6 away. Dan splashed some water on his face in the bathroom, gave himself a little pep talk, said, I'm not going to take that from you. And he comes out steaming, throwing a 6. Which is the way to do. He's behind in the match, usually 6-4. When you are down, you're going to make the 2-point with a 6-4, as opposed to out and down and split. And 3-1 is an excellent reply. And we'll see what Dan does. Usually when you start with 6-4 like that, making the 2-point, your game plan becomes kind of this. You're really blitzing on one side, and just you really want to get those back checkers out of there as well. So even with the 3-5, maybe people might have considered running. There's very little or less priming value for Dan right now since he has more of a blitzy attack board. But I don't think Rudy's going to be splitting those checkers anytime soon. Especially now, he would love to anchor up. 4-3, 5-4 would be great. And that's okay too. 4-6 is going to come in. I could come down and slot the 7 and try to prime in Dan's back checker. And the upside of that would be absolutely huge if Dan can't roll a 6. The problem is that he's got a much stronger board and Dan would hit him mercilessly. Anyway, here comes the cube. He's down in the match. This is a very strong cube. And it's kind of a tough take. He's threatened to hit with 6 and 3s, which is almost all of them. That's 28 out of 36 numbers for 6s and 3s. And he's got a stronger board. He looks like he's up in the race. Definitely up in the race. So if you go by Pratt, position, race, and threats, this would be a drop. If you go by more advanced tactics, this might also be a drop. Especially that he is 6 away. If Rudy drops this, that would put Dan at 5 away, which really isn't where Dan wants to be. He wants to win the 2 points and get all the way up to 4 away. So based on that, I might drop this. Of course, I make a lot of cube mistakes, so what do I know? Rudy certainly has plenty of time to think about this. And so do you. What would you do? What would you do in the chat? Let's see. Takes the cube. And here we go. It is on. 4-2 gets the hit, or he could make the 4-point, I suppose. But I imagine he's going to want to hit and then try to make the 5-4-point after that. Big roll here. Would love to come in and hit, but doesn't. He's certainly not going to the 24-point. He'll just go to the 5. Oh, maybe he is going. Maybe he is doing what I didn't think he would do. It certainly looks like a decent enough tempo hit. The problem is you don't want 3 checkers on your on your ace point because that is fugly. But he's doing it anyway. Better, I guess, in his mind than giving the chance of pointing numbers. He's taken away half his roll. He doesn't want Dan to use those spares in the outfield to make his 4 or 5 point. Sliding the 7, sliding the 4 seems a little better. You're really only leaving, you're not adding an extra blot. And you're slotting the point you want to make. 6-2 does not get the hit. He could hit in his home board, but that would be a little crazy. Probably just want to jump out with, you really don't want that extra checker on the ace point. That, as a backgammon player, that should hit the nerve in the base of your spine every time you see that. So it seems like the decent play is this, just to jump out all the way and get a little more outfield control. It also duplicates 4s, 4 to hit, 4 to cover. 5-6 is a little weird. His 5s, Dan's 5s are duplicated there. He needed a 5 to cover the 8 and a 5 to jump out. So the 6 is going to play a little awkwardly. It almost has to come down or you're burying another checker on the deuce point, which we don't like burying checkers.
That looks so good.
If you are a beginner or intermediate and you ever find yourself about to bury a checker, your immediate thought should be, what else can I do? What else can I do other than this horrid, horrid thing like this? This is much more constructive. And this game has gotten quite volatile. Rudy not really looking to ship back the cube at any time soon, since that would put the entire match on the line. He's got the lead, and he would just love to close it out. Double 4s is ridiculously wonderful for him. He's wants to bring down an extra builder to the 5. Maybe he's just looking at it instead of jumping out all the way. He's probably hanging back. Yeah, let's gonna give this a good think. He could also just make the ace point, which seems less good. Yeah, he's well behind in the match, so he's really kind of hesitant to just jump out with all the checkers. He'd rather stay back a little bit for contact. 5-2. Can safety everything and make the 4. Well, not everything. You still have the back checker. But again, that's a semi-dead checker on the 2, which is why he's pausing. Bearing a checker, think again. Yeah, he wants to make the 4. Now, if the 5 is just a question, do you come out or do you bury a checker on the 2? And it's almost okay to leave the checker on the 7 point because in order to hit, Rudy would have to break his 5 point and leave a lot of return shots, an awful lot of return shots, which you don't want to do. So maybe running is the right play here. He could also just bring a checker down to the 8 point, but that seems less of a thing. This might be my play. What would your play be? Play at home. It's backgammon, the play at home game. Play along at home. Follow your favorite players, right from the comfort of your own couch. Still thinking about it. Running low on time. He's down to less than 3.5 minutes. And if he is coming back to win this, he's going to have to win some games. So time could become a factor eventually. 3-1 is an excellent roll from Rudy. He's going to hit and cover, I think. Hey, thank you. Unreadable name since I don't speak that language in the chat. Welcome, welcome. He's a pro poker player, but live backgammon is another universe and atmosphere. Thanks for streaming comments. You are very welcome. Welcome. Backgammon and poker are very similar. They're both strategy games with luck. Poker just has obviously all the unknowns, whereas backgammon, it's all laid out on the table for you. So it's like poker without the lying. Five, 4. Could come down and slot the 7 point. That would give him an extra builder inside. He will probably do that. And now 6 or any combo of numbers to make inner board points would be delicious. Oh, they paused the clock. Something's happening. They must have just dropped a die. Here we go. It is on again. 2-1 will come in and probably step up to see some daylight. Slotting the ace point doesn't really seem to do much here. And this is a big roll from Rudy. Really wants to point on him. 3, 4, and 5. 2-1 doesn't do it. He could hit, or he could just start to prime him in on the 7. Although the 2 would play a little oddly. The danger of hitting is he is outboarded, and getting hit back could lead to a gammon, although probably not since he has the 5 point already. Looks like he's just going to play it safe. I don't know, maybe. It could be the thing. I don't know. I almost hear Victor Ashkenazi in my head going, what? No, I do not like this play. You need to have the balls. You need to have the balls to make this play. That's something Victor would say. And he's got balls, you know, what can you say? Double 2s. And the last 2 is going to be a little tricky. Could bring down all 3 and go 3-1, something like that. Of course, again, he's got a stronger board, so he could do this and tempt him with a shiny piece of candy, should he roll a 4. And he's doing that, leaving the shiny piece of candy out there for him on the 9 point, and hits the 4. Hits 2 of them. That is huge. He was not wanting that. Super joker from Rudy. Let's see how he plays this. He's definitely hitting with 1. There's 2, and he'll probably make his 4-point would be my guess. You could also make the 2-point and unstack your heavy 6. That's also sexy. Or you could play down to the 9 and start priming in the checker that's already there. I am glad I do not have to make this decision, because this has 300 error written all over it. That seems logical, just to unstack that heavy 6-point while maintaining outfield control should he jump in and jump out. 3-6, just like this. Could leave a shot and slot the 5, could try jumping out and running, but both of those are very risky, or you could bury a checker on the deuce, and we talked about burying checkers, so he's going to look at absolutely everything else before deciding to do that. Understandably so. Slotting the 5 is nice. Again, he's not really worried about getting re-cubed here, Dan, that is, because of the match score. Any 6 would be great from Dan. He's also looking for especially 6-4. Oh, I called it, 6-4. He's going to come out and hit it and hope he gets missed. Big roll here, game deciding roll. Needs the 5, gets the 5, gets the 2, double hit. Wow, what a smack in the face for Dan. That is super unfortunate for him and super fortunate for Rudy. Oh, big dance. And now this could be the match. That could be the match swing right there. 4-3, might even hit loose on the 3-point. That would be, no, he can hit in the outfield as well. He's got a decision to make. The reason for hitting loose on the 3 is that you do not want, Rudy does not want Dan to anchor up on the 3-point. That is a weird 3 for me to play, for me to see. I guess he's looking at future rolls, bringing an extra builder in, and now he can use the checkers on the 8, the 5, and the 6 to point on him, just like that. So it worked out. Good play. And now Rudy looking to bring the pain, run away with this. Certainly going to hit. He's doing a pick and pass. He absolutely wants the gammon for the match right now. Not hitting would be borderline insanity. And he is not. He's going to hit 2. He's going for extra sauce. He's going for the unnecessary backgammon at this point. Double 3s. Oh my God, this game is insane. Who plays backgammon? You do. You are used to the most ridiculous crap happening ever. And dances with double 6. What an unbelievable turn. Rudy was looking at winning the match, and now Dan, with the magic of double 3s, now has 2 on the roof, about to put a 3rd on the roof. This game is unbelievable. This is why we play backgammon, because we are masochists. 3-1. Doesn't hit, can't make a point, but that's okay. He's still got 2 on the roof. He might consider, he's playing both from the outfield. He might consider splitting 8 to 7 to give him an extra builder for both the ace and the 5. I don't know why he didn't do that. That is okay. 1 comes in. So I'm just going to hit the second checker, not hitting the ace. Rudy's board is way too strong right now, and he's got to respect it. Rudy will anchor up, and we have got a game again. Wow, that just evened it up. Both players momentarily tasting the victory. And now Dan with a tricky 2-1 to play. Probably looking to duplicate some numbers maybe. There he's duplicating the 5s by staying back on the 14 point there. Double 6s doesn't happen. Really wants to close out that 5 point. Just wants to play with the 1 blot. Gammon 2. That will leave a shot. Now, do you break your home board, which is disgusting, or leave a double shot and risk getting gammoned, even more gammons? Sorry for saying disgusting. That's Justin's word. I'm not taking your word. And it's kind of a weird word to lay claim on since, you know, it's a common word, but I'm going to come up with my own. Vile. I could say vile, but, you know, that's kind of similar. Synonyms. 2-1. Looks like he's breaking the board. Really doesn't want to leave the double shot. 5-1 is also going to continue to leave something. Yeah, Dan less worried slightly about getting hit now that Rudy's board has cracked a little. 5-1, it's just going to safety it and get a little outfield control. And Dan, once again, very much in the driver's seat for the moment. The moment. Anything can change. On a past stream, I remembered saying that I'm thinking of changing the name of backgammon to Nevermind. Nevermind. You were about to win a gammon and win the match. Oh, never mind. You're about to send the doubling cube and your opponent's about to pass. Oh, never mind. 5-1. He could just make the anchor in the outfield, which would obviously be very safe. The problem with that is he doesn't want Dan to jump over him. This keeps a checker in the outfield and a little more outfield control. Yeah, 4-1, probably time to come out. That seems to make sense. Electing to stay back and leave 9s instead of 8s. There's 1 fewer roll for 9s. There's 6 8s and 5 9s. But the 2 could be a good tempo hit. We could be seeing a swing. Big roll now. 3s and 6s. Dances. And this could even swing back the other way. What a ridiculous roll. Double 4s again. That is Rudy's baby. Double 4s. And now 2 on the roof. Can he get around in time? He might even, well, no, he's not pausing. Only 1:36 left on the clock for Dan. And this is still the same game. A lot of time burned off the clock just in this one game. And now Dan desperately needs the 6s. Oh, wrong double. 6s would have been sick. Double 2s are fine. Rudy just wants to get in, get around the board, but not before he rolls a 4 or 6 to escape the checker. Dan again, no dice. Uh-oh, double 3s. That's a little faster than Rudy wanted. And if he doesn't escape that back checker soon, he's going to start crunching a little more. So who can throw first? There's 1-6. Oh, the pressure is on a little bit. 4-1. He could hit loose. Or he could just make the 7-point. And that's a decision. Yeah, a lot of times we think rolling the big numbers only comes when it's hit or no hit, but sometimes it's just you need to escape. This is a big roll coming up. Either the clock is paused or my stream is paused. Oh, there was a little skip. I missed something. My stream just skipped a beat, and now he's closed out, so I have no idea what happened. He must have danced and then filled it in. Still can't roll the 4 or the 6. He is now cracked. Little glint of hope. Oh, it was going to fall on a double 6, just the 1-6. Who can throw the number first? 5-1 does not do it. Rudy needs 4s and 6s. Dan just needs a 6. On the edge of our seat, people. There's the 4. And Dan absolutely needs a 6 right now. Gotta happen. Gotta do it. Let's see it. No, double 4s. That's Rudy's number, and it's bad timing for it. 6-2 coming around. Oh, he's leaving him double 6s. No, you're not going to leave him double 6s, even though it's probably the right play. It's probably the right play. Go ahead, leave him double 6s. What are the odds? Here we go. Big shake. That's not it. Wrong side of the dice, as people say. 3-2 still can't get in. He's going to leave him another chance. The famous 6-1 is in the cup. Double the chance of double 6s. Can't do it. 4-3. And now, oh, double 1s is punishing. That could lead to the gammon. That could lead to the gammon. Without that hit, it was looking better. And once again, now Rudy again looking to end the match right here. What an insane game, back and forth. I'm going to need a nap after this. Oh, there's 1-6. I don't know how much time Dan has left. Only 1:36. So Dan can look on the bright side. At least he's saving himself the stress of having to play with low time on the clock. 3-2, he's still alive. He's going to hang out there for a second. Very much alive. Can still save the gammon. This is not over. Rudy, of course, can double him out easily anytime if things should get ugly. 4-3 is just going to run, get a couple crossovers. I don't think Rudy's going to cash this, but maybe he's counting crossovers right now. 6 crossovers for Dan to get a checker off. And of course, 11 checkers for Rudy. So maybe he's thinking, you know what, I probably won't win a gammon here. Maybe I just want to cash this. But no, he's going for it. He's leaving the shot. Oh no, leaving the shot. Backgammon is a crazy game. Crazy game indeed. Needs the 1. Doesn't get it. Time to run away. And now just racing to save the match and stay alive. And it's just down to the dice, as it often is. That will save the gammon. Maybe. I don't want to jinx anything. Maybe not. Could roll 2 doubles in a row here. And he doesn't. So I don't think there's any bad numbers here. Yeah, no, that's fine. So the gammon is saved, and we're moving on to Crawford 6 away. There's the cube. I'm thinking he's dropping. Crawford 6 away. So let's see. Who knows Neil's numbers? Neil playing on stream 1. I just learned Neil's numbers. Let's see if I can get this right. Crawford 6 away. So you're talking 6 times 5 is 30 plus 50. So 80%. If I did Neil's numbers right. Oh, no, I didn't, because it's different. It's your 6 away. So that's.
Actually, it is.
I forgot Neil's numbers. It's like 7 times 5. 40. So it's like 90, 92, 92% chance. I don't know. Please tell me in the chat. I need to practice Neil's numbers more, but I think I got that right. I know for 3 away, it's 10 and then 9 and then 8. So 7 is at 6, 5 away. I don't remember. I don't remember. I admit it. I don't remember. I have forgotten. Let's go to the chat real quick. Never bury a checker except when you need to bury a checker. Melissa, excellent. Wise advice. Never mind. Yes, never mind. You are playing never mind. 4-2. All right, Dan obviously must win. That goes without saying. He doesn't really care. I'm sorry, he absolutely does care about gammons. Winning a gammon for Dan will reduce the number of games he needs to win by 1. So when you are trailing at Crawford and you are an even number away, you care about gammons. If you're an odd number away, you'd still like to have one, but it's really not that important. 3, he's going to hit, smash him back, and try to contain that last checker while Rudy's obviously doing some containment of his own. Ooh, hanging way back on the ace point, trapping himself. How about that one? 3-4 is an excellent roll. And Dan is feeling pretty good about this one, or at least better than he was a moment ago. 4-3, another excellent roll. Both of these players read up on their rolling. They are tuning all the dark forces to their liking. My screen's a little choppy again. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening. Double threes, apparently. Two, one. Do you safety? Probably. Probably just safety that checker. Don't want to leave too many out there. Dan would love a 2 or a 5, especially a 2. Gets the 5. And cover, he is definitely looking for a quick closeout and getting a gammon. 1-3, not a good roll for Rudy. He's going to leave a shot by hitting his own shot. Pretty volatile position. Anything can happen, and usually does. He's hitting back. Could have made the 7-point, but once that second checker back, it's more gammonish. Oop, now it's less gammonish. Never mind. 1-6. Came in and hit. 4-2 is kind of cruddy. Can't cover, can't hit, can't make an anchor. That is not what you want. There's always that moment of disbelief as a backgammon player. When you throw a roll, your brain's already thinking of the good numbers you want. What are you going to do with the bet? And then you get a number where you just haven't even considered that one. And it's just like a punch in the gut. 2-1, now he will anchor. He knows what to do with that one. And we have a double anchor holding game going with not good timing. Double threes is quite good, can at least counter prime him in. Which helps a wee bit. He's probably hesitant to do what he's fingering the checker to do because that gives him one less builder for the 5-point, although using the 7-point to make the 5-point, obviously if there's 7-point, and that would suck. 3-5, things are getting ugly now for Rudy. The 3 is gonna play kinda ugly unless he breaks his 7-point. Which he's gonna do. Rudy probably very aware that he does not want to get gammon. 2-1, what a beautiful, perfect roll. Oh my Lord, 1-6 just jumps out. Rudy is rolling. He is rolling the double 4s. The 1-6 probably just made Dan sink in his chair a little bit. What an unbelievably perfect roll that was. There was none better. 5-1 now. Could safety everything up and will. No real need to make the point on the deuce. Probably just doing a quick count of the race. 112 for white. And 130 for pink, I think, if I counted that right. And the 1-6 really turned it around for Rudy, and just continuing to roll incredibly well, makes the 5-point. And Dan is hoping for the backgammon miracle here. He's got a super strong home board, which is great. He's got a little timing with that outside checker, but he needs the shot. And Rudy's structure right now is excellent. He's just probably gonna Oh, he's clearing from the rear. Certainly seems wise. He could make the deuce and step up 6-5, maintaining his prime, but also clearing from the rear seems super strong. Especially now, he just needs 1 point. He's way ahead in the race, so it probably makes a lot of sense to do that. This, of course, looks beautiful, but really sometimes you just have to think of your goals. And right now, yeah, Rudy's goal is to just win. Everything plays fine from here. Double, now if he throws double fours, that would be a little weird. 2-1. Oh, bringing it in, leaving himself a bad 6-4 next roll. And Dan is ready for it. Dan is ready for Rudy's 6-4. Why wouldn't you just make the ace point there? We don't know. 6-3 is so close. Only Dan knows for sure. He's just counting on rolling double sixes right now and getting around. That's why he did it. That's why he did it. He knew double sixes were happening. He said, I'm just bringing in that checker. I don't need to make my ace point because I'm going to roll double sixes 3 times in a row. 5-3. Uh-oh. Whew. Dan can roll big and still save this. That is very good. Gets in 2. Wow, this really could go Dan's way now. 6-1. That is not the double. Slides to the ace. You might want to go 6-5, and that way you maximize your big doubles. When you're behind in the race and you're bearing off your smaller numbers, a lot of times you want to just maximize your big doubles. And had he gone 6-5 there, that would have maximized double fives at least. Oh, double fives, taking the wind out of Dan's sails. Rudy well on his way at this point to victory. Dan looking for the pepper to ruin Rudy's lunch. Bit of a tongue twister there. That is not the pepper. So it was 88.73. Thank you, Scotty Kellen. So yeah, 90.92. I almost have Neil's numbers. I will review Neil's numbers. Oh, there's a telephone ringing in the background. My apologies. I will turn that off very soon. But for the moment, you're going to have to listen to it because I'm not leaving my seat. This is way too exciting. Needs doubles right now. Needs the backgammon miracle. Followed by 3-1-2-1. Doesn't get it. That is it. Here's the handshake. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, no, that's a handshake. I don't know why they're not shaking hands. I would shake hands. Hi. Good game. Congratulations to Rudy Langenbach. They'll both be moving on to round 2. But Rudy will be 1-0.